Hello, beautiful people. This is Grace on a Journey, and you are listening to Angelic Healing Express. This is a place for mature, open-minded audiences in all seasons in life. We grow spiritually with fellow travelers. We love. We share. We learn. We grow. We laugh. We forgive. We improve. We self-care. We let go and fly above the drama. Now I will proceed to share the affirmations and pause between them. You may repeat if you choose. I am divine. I am intuitive. I am expression. I am love. I am powerful. I am innovative. I am safe. Balance is the fruit of the universe. May our minds work together to find mutual understanding. May I see you true and be seen in kind. May our words reveal more than they can obscure. Most of all, may our minds, eyes, and tongues be guided by our hearts in the language far older than words. Welcome again, everybody. I am so grateful for your presence, and I hope all of you are doing well. I do pray for you pretty often, and you've been on my mind. And I definitely wanted to reconnect with my fellow travelers. So here we are. I would like to first start with a meditation. Some of you are sitting down. If you're not sitting down, this is an opportunity for you to be in sync. And I'm hearing all these confirmations in the background. Be in sync with your fellow travelers and pause for a moment. Now you're sitting down while your eyes are closed, while you are practicing visualization for this meditation. So Presently, you are sitting on a beach chair. It's sunny outside. Your feet are in the sand. There's sand all between your toes. You feel the beaming light of the sun. But the perfect temperature, not too hot, just right. And so we are going to do a body scan. Confirmation. While you are comfortable outdoors and feeling good. We're going to start with your feet. Are there any sensations going on there? Do you feel any discomfort? Is there a need for your attention? Okay. We're going to move on up. Your ankles. How are they feeling? Are you able to be flexible with them and not sense any pain? What about your calves? Have you overused them? Is there a need to do stretching exercises? Do they feel sore or do they feel good? Any sensations? What about your knees? Any pains? Are you able to bend down comfortably? Could your knees benefit from some type of hot or cold therapy? What about your thighs? How are they feeling today? Inner and outer. And we're moving on up. There are some parts I will allow you to meditate on in your free time. I'm being guided as far as what areas need to be mentioned. What about your waist? Does it feel stiff? Is there a need to do some exercises? Turning from one side to the other side and repeating that until you feel some looseness. Bending down, touching your toes. Stretching backward. How far can you go? What about your arms and your hands? Do your hands need rest? You see, a lot of you are on your phones like more than you're off your phone. How do your fingers feel? Do you need a hand massage? Are you feeling any sensations in the palms of your hands or your fingertips? Your wrists? Feeling any pain? Are they as flexible as they've always been? Your shoulders. I want you to scan your shoulders and tell me if you are slouching or sitting up straight. How do your shoulders feel? Is there a need for you to rest? When was the last time you did exercises for your shoulders? As you scan your neck, would it benefit you to roll your neck back and forth, side to side, and stretch? Is that exercise putting you in the mood of relaxation? Most people share that opinion. All of these parts that I just mentioned was to bring you to self-awareness. You see, we're busy most of the day. And it's very seldom we do a body scan to know what's hurting, what needs stretching, if there is a need to rest. And so this opportunity that you took to participate in this self-care activity has given you a tool to connect to yourself and be present and feel what your body is telling you. All of these parts of you have chakra centers. If one of those parts of you needs some type of care, that chakra center also needs your attention. I've shared many different types of information that I've come across, confirmation, regarding your chakra centers and so forth. But it is your responsibility to continue to build up your library of knowledge and learn what it is to learn that will assist you in your developmental stages. The information is available to everyone who seeks it. And I recommend that you do this body scan twice a day. Every morning and every night. This will assist you with being strategic in how you plan your day. For example, if you feel pain somewhere around your body, you know what activities that you can participate in, or the activities that you have to put a halt to until you can strengthen that area of your body, until you can attend to that chakra center. You deserve self-care. I don't know when is the last time that you made that clear, but you deserve self-care. It is very necessary to be devoted to self-care when you are enriching yourself spiritually. Now, to relax yourself further, you can get up from the beach chair that you're sitting on and walk towards the water. Now the sand is feeling a little hot under your feet, but you're okay with that because you're almost in the water. Now you feel the waves gently brushing your feet, and you walk a little deeper, a little further, and you get a little deeper, and the water is just right. Enough for you to dunk your head in the water. And feel that all over your hair, all over your face. Now, you are placing your head in the water slowly, but backwards. And you are stretching your arms as far as they can go out. One towards the east, one towards the west. And you're laying down on the water. Your feet comes up. And you enjoy the sensation of floating. As long as you keep this position, you can continue to float. It's a private beach, so it's just you. And you're careful that you are in the area of the seashore. And you're looking up at the sky. You're enjoying the view. The sky is beautiful. And you're taking this opportunity to watch the clouds. And the formations that they're allowing you to glimpse at. You're receiving intuitive messages. One being, you are supported. You are safe. You are strong. Just lay down and float and enjoy the view. Now you can continue to do that for as long as you want to. But there are seagulls that are flying. And about to hit the sand. and you feel like it's time for you to stand up again. And just stand in the water. It's a little cooler, so you don't want to get out the water so soon. But little by little, you get closer to the shore. And you grab your large towel from your beach chair. And take a seat. Relax. I'm going to count to 3. And every number that I count, you're going to take a deep breath. 1. 2. 3. 4. Now, gently open your eyes at your own pace. Welcome back, Journey family. So now I want to read a meditation that some of you can resonate with. As I've shared with you several times before, I welcome you. But with that same token, I guide you to take what you want and leave the rest. if it resonates. Do your best with the information that is offered to you. It is time to trust in your own boldness and courage. Take risks that feel true to your heart and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive. Practices that make you feel embodied and more of yourself, even if not always comfortable. Because intuitively you know you are going to benefit. These exercises will help you live the life you were born to live. Now, most episodes I share some information regarding angels. Today it was interesting because I have a meditation, not a meditation, I have a message. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to meditate on it. But I have a message to share from an archangel in particular. But the reason why I found it to be noticeable enough to capture my attention is because the same message that I received from the archangel that I will be mentioning is the same archangel that was brought to my attention, confirmation, to share with you in case you would like to get to know more about him in particular. Why would you want to learn about angels or archangels? Well, there are those of you that have no relationship. But you're intrigued. And you would like the opportunity to eventually have access to what they can offer you. That begins with building a foundation. You deciding I'm going to take some time out of my schedule to read or to learn, because you have the opportunity to watch a video or listen to a podcast or research using the internet. So there are various opportunities to learn about each and every one of them. And there are a lot. And what I like about the information I uncover is sometimes it is repetitive, and sometimes something that's brought to my attention I never heard before. And it gives me an opportunity to get to know them better. You see, it's when you have time for another person or another being, another soul, you are given the opportunity to have a strong bond. But if you have no time, available to be acquainted with one another on a deeper level, it is only natural for you to expect that what you give is what you'll receive. You have free will. So it is your decision on how you move forward from what I just shared with you. However, it was brought to your attention. And there's no way to get out of that. So when you need support, when you need help, when you need favor, remember your past behavior. It will give you an understanding of what is most likely to come from the requests that you are proposing. Now, that's a confirmation. But the message that I received from Archangel Uriel is somewhat of a confirmation. Wow. That is a confirmation what I heard, but it also is somewhat of a confirmation regarding a question that you are seeking an answer to. And the message is, you know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Now, as I shared earlier, this is also the same archangel that I'm being led to briefly share with you as I am expecting you to do your homework if you are interested in such a connection. His focus is spiritual devotion through selfless service to others. Element of earth, balance expressed as grounded, stable, and reliable. He assists with emotional and mental associations. And as I mentioned earlier, spiritual devotion. But I don't want to neglect there is some information regarding physical associations when it comes to Archangel Uriel. I gently recommend that you make time for your spiritual body and nourish your soul. There are those of you that are earlier on in the journey, and you are learning the basics. And I want to encourage you by saying that everyone has a beginning. So where you are, I've been. And those that are called are being given instruction to also share what will be helpful for beginners. What is helpful for those that are confident on their path. And then those that are seasoned. As I've shared, this is a place for mature, open-minded audiences. I will be sharing for all groups of people in all seasons. Together, we will grow. And one day, we will harvest. So those of you that are interested in learning about herbs, I encourage you to do so. In fact, we are being encouraged to do so. In time, you will see the value it affords you. So the herb that I want to bring to your attention today are bay leaves. Most of you are familiar with bay leaves and their spiritual properties. But those of you that are just beginning to learn, little by little, I will be sharing herbs with you for you to research. I will not make it intimidating or overwhelming. Because we are not racing. We are growing at our own pace. So what you learn is for you. Do not allow anyone to get in your ear. You didn't know that yet? Where you been? Set boundaries. And detach yourself from those that have or bring the energy of discouragement. You see an infant? Blink one time, and then they'll be crawling. Next, they'll be walking. Soon after, they'll be running. The point is, as you focus and devote yourself to building yourself, in whatever area relating to spirituality, if you remain persistent, and invite divine timing, that will benefit you very much. And I also want to share again, we are a mature audience. We are open-minded individuals. That being said, you take what you want and you leave the rest. If you feel convicted, if you feel you're not resonating, if you feel you want to observe furthermore, I encourage you to not only follow your intuition, but also go into prayer and consult your spiritual support team. And remain on the path that you have chosen. We're not here to convert or to persuade or to recruit. I'm simply here for you, where you are right now. And this is why I encourage you to redirect yourself every chance you get to be present. If you are suffering from anxiety, chances are you are too focused on the past. If you are focusing let me retract that. If you are experiencing depression, you are focusing too much on the past. If you are experiencing anxiety, you are focusing too much on the future. Call yourself back. Confirmation. To this present moment. Ground yourself whenever you're experiencing either anxiety or depression. Learn how to use all the 5 senses to ground yourself. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you taste? What can you smell? If you utilize that exercise, you'll be able to ground yourself wherever you are and be centered. Remember, balance is the fruit of the universe. Now, there are those of you that have been looking for some type of direction to overcome the jealousy of others. To dispel the unwarranted envy of others. If you are resonating you may want to read Psalm 37, verse 1 to 11. Again, if you are resonating, and if you choose, you can read Psalm 37, verse 1 to 11. That was a message, and I just sent it. Now I would like to reveal what today's title is. Interplay with destiny and choices. Interplay with destiny and choices. I would like to share a quote by Eckhart Tolle. Even within the seemingly most unacceptable and painful situation is concealed a deeper good. And within every disaster is contained the seed of grace. Now, I've shared with you before, one of the ways for you to move forward, no matter where you find yourself, is to review all the perspectives. That brings you in tune with the bigger picture. That is what is required to pass the test. And so, although some of you have suffered due to various sorts of abuse that you were exposed to from those that were once in your circle, and some that are not even associates, know that there is support. But you have to invite the support that you're in need of. When you feel alone, affirm that there is support. You just have to invite the support in. Your belief that you are alone is an illusion. There are those that are mirroring each other and not even aware. But I'd like to remind you, in the concept of oneness, we are all connected. We are learning at our own pace. Some of us learn the lesson the first time, others take a couple times. We are all in school. While we take this journey, we are enrolled in classes. There are lessons we are learning. There are tests we must pass. And in that same momentum, we experience promotion or demotion. I'm hearing karma or dharma. Although there are many in the spiritual community that are pushing, it doesn't matter what direction you go to, because in the end, you arrive where you were meant to arrive. I would like to also offer an addendum. Which is it may take a much longer journey. And this is why we are being encouraged to be present. In the present, we are given opportunity for divine reflection. And in those opportunities, we decide if we remain in a cycle or if we move forward. The choice is yours. But I would like to gently remind you that if you are focusing on the past, there is a possibility that you will be in the energy of romanticizing, not seeing things clearly, or seeing things one-sided. In every connection, hence the word connect. In every connection, there are more than one perspective. There is more than one perspective. For example, I was watching something yesterday, and there was a fellow that asked a couple, how did they meet? And I recall the wife said, do you want my version or do you want his version? And as each of them had an opportunity to share their version, we could all recognize they had very different recollections of what happened. You see, there are times our memory is based on opinions and assumptions, but not facts. But once in a while, you will encounter an individual that is more rational than emotional, and will just recall the facts. Or those that are authentic in spirit and share a balanced interpretation of what took place. Whatever the case, be present. I recall my cousin once said that God gave us a present called life. And in return, we give him a present through service. So as you are on your journeys, do not forget your soul's purpose. That is what will direct you in what area you are called to be giving service. I think there's some confusion out there where people are believing that the only areas are in relation to being in a spiritual community and serving in some capacity. When the truth is, there are various positions to serve in God's kingdom. For example, nurses, doctors, lawyers, those that work in the Department of Special Education, or with populations that have issues with those that work with populations that are suppressed when it comes to emotional development. Those with mental illness. Those professionals that cater to those with mental illness and drug addiction. Or intellectual limitations. All that I just mentioned have opportunities to offer the grace of God. Even police officers. I don't want to neglect them. I will share just a few experiences. When it comes to nursing, there are those that feel as if they are in a position that only offers limiting opportunity for healing. Meaning, although you are well versed in the medical department, in truth, many nurses also cater to their spiritual lives. But due to the position that they're in, they have to refrain from evangelizing their patients. You see, there's a time and place for everything. But a lot of them use their wise minds. They not only want to help you physically, but they want to help you spiritually and emotionally and so forth. There are ways to communicate what you want to say without saying what you want to say. For example, I know someone that worked in the OBGYN department. Confirmation. And there was one woman in particular that came in, and she was sharing she wanted to abort the baby. But due to rules and regulations, that nurse in particular had boundaries and had to respect the regulations that were set for the employees. But that nurse in particular did not believe in abortions. Without telling her not to do it, there were baskets with diapers and teddy bears and ribbons that were offered to those that were with child. And so even though she said she wanted an abortion, the nurse got her one of those baskets and put it in front of her. Are you sure that's what you want to do? And she looked at the basket and she began to cry. She didn't answer yes or no. But a year later, she went back to that clinic and she ran into the nurse. And she said, "Do you remember me?" And the nurse said, "Yeah, your face looks kind of familiar." And she said, "I'm the lady you gave the basket to when I said I was going to abort the child. I wanted to come here to introduce the child that you had a hand in when it came to giving her a chance at life." I thought that was so remarkable. Now, for some, that would be confrontational. However, there are different perspectives. And as we mature, we learn to be balanced by lending our sense of being rational along with our emotional understanding to be in the energy of wise mind. We can always agree to disagree. That is also an option. We do not have to bully. We do not have to be in the energy of you are less than, or I am better than. We're all in school. And hopefully, we're all doing the best we can. And I applaud all of you for your efforts. And so does the spiritual world. Know that you are right where you're supposed to be right now, this present moment. But your choices interplay confirmation with your destiny. So every choice that you make opens the road to your destiny. If you were called to be great and you took all the shortcuts, you never made it to the main route. And so there are many stops. You missed because you took the shortcut. And so you do not have the memory of the map that you needed for your test because you took the shortcut. Again, today's title, Interplay with Destiny and Choices. Before I move on to the next quote, I would also like to share an experience someone mentioned to me. She was stopped on the road. And the officer was rude, loud, and unprofessional. His behavior was uncalled for. His partner remained in the car. Because even he recognized he was doing too much. Now, while he was acting out with that woman in particular, the other cop in the car used sign language to say, "Shh, calm down." He put a finger in front of his lip, which meant shh. And then he just used his hands and basically waved them up and down to say, calm down. He was doing service. He was not required to intervene. But he did service by helping another human being. Lawyers can assist by sharing their wisdom, right? Now it's your choice if you're going to the right or to the left. But a lot of these cases that I've dealt with, when you are in the energy of being authentic and you are speaking your truth, you have more chances to win the case. That also is service. A personal experience I had at the time I was teaching at a high school, and this high school in particular had days where blood banks would come to the high school and offer the students an opportunity to give blood. Now, one student in particular that I was familiar with, but I wasn't too close to. I was just familiar with her. I knew her name, and I knew she was in the class, but we never went beyond that. But for some reason, she felt comfortable to tell me that she was sad. And she said the reason why she's sad, she was contacted and was told that she had an STD. And she was very upset because she's only been with her boyfriend. That's the only person she's ever been with. And when she confronted him regarding those results, his reaction was to say, "Oh my goodness, so you gave me that?" Which was awful, because he knew that she was a virgin before they were together. So she felt insulted and she felt angry. And disappointed. And she was telling me she didn't know what to do. Now, being in that position, there are certain regulations that we must abide to. Especially when it comes to giving advice in that department. Because the proper protocol would probably be to send that student to speak to a guidance counselor. But she wasn't open to that. She said she was afraid to because they might tell her parents, and she didn't want all of that. And I basically said, well, I can't tell you what to do. But this is an opportunity to learn from that experience and to make better choices. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you there's an opportunity, right? I would pray. Now, I'm not telling you to pray, but I would pray. I had the opportunity to share my light without getting too deep in an area that I wasn't comfortable with. And all these professions, we don't have to go one by one. All of them have opportunities for you to offer your services. I'll never forget, I was going to a play, and it was a group of us going. So my friend picked me up and we stopped at her friend's house. And then someone was going to come to her friend's house to pick all three of us up to bring us downtown to go see the play. And I remember the house that I originally went to, the friend of my friend. And she saw me and she said, "Come here." She said, "I have a ministry of giving hugs." I never forgot that. And this was even more than 20 years ago. But it's the fact that she's the first person that has ever told me that. And the last person that has ever told me that. I've never heard that before. I have a ministry of giving hugs. And she gave me a heartfelt hug. And although I was having a good day, not feeling sad, actually excited that I was going to see the play, I did have an amount of stress. Because I didn't know her, and I didn't know her friend that was going to pick us up. And the fact that I would be riding with them to go downtown made me feel uncomfortable, because I said, well, suppose our personality clashes. And then I don't have my vehicle with me. And I'm all the way downtown. You know, so I kind of felt, because I always like to have an opportunity to step away if I'm not feeling something, you know. And in fact, something did happen on our way back that I didn't appreciate. But I reserved my commentary until I got home, and I mentioned what I didn't appreciate. And she said, oh, I didn't know, because it was in relation to discrimination, right? I didn't know. I thought you was, and so forth. Discrimination is nothing new to me. Some of us have been experiencing it since we were kids. And so this is why, as adults, it's not as effective, because I've been through that. I learned that lesson. And I moved on. But going back to the hug, it assisted me in being able to deal with the stress that I had regarding these two individuals that I've never met before, that I don't know, and that if I don't get along with, I would be stranded and so forth. And, you know, yes, my friend was with me, but what happened still happened. You know? She was with me, but what happened still happened. And I remember my friend, she kind of tagged me with her elbow and was like, it's okay, I know you mad. I know you mad. I remember, I know you mad, but don't say nothing yet. Don't say And I followed her instructions. I didn't say anything. But she could tell that something was up. I know all of them could have told, even though I didn't mention it, because I was enjoying the play, but I wasn't in the mood for chit chat. Not after what I just heard, you know. So when I got back home, I stated, when will we stop being hypocrites? We call ourselves sisters in Christ, and we still discriminate. And I remember her eyes bulging. I was like, no, you didn't know I was of Haitian descent. But I know what you feel about Haitian people. And I don't think that lady has ever been so embarrassed. That's the look that was on her face anyways. Like, I would have never said that. I didn't know. I was like, it's all right. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. And I got to see a side of you that benefits me too. Because it enables me to trust the right people and be in the right circles. And that was it. There was no need for back and forth. You are entitled to your opinion. But I am also entitled to my reaction. We all have opportunities to minister. In high school, I was very much in that movement. I had many opportunities to, because I joined peer counseling, where the students would go out and pick up other students from classes if their grade levels were fluctuating, and offered opportunities to talk to them and to encourage them and to let them know that we're here to support you. We were trained to do that. So I got to meet a lot of people, and I got to touch a lot of lives. So all this started earlier on. Now, when it comes to the second quote, if your happiness depends on what somebody else does, I guess you do have a problem. Richard Bach. I'll repeat it. If your happiness depends on what somebody else does, I guess you do have a problem. Recall today's title, Interplay with Destiny and Choices. So, you have to take the strides necessary to arise at your highest potential and achieve the experience afforded to you by your destiny. But if you allow the discouragement of others, the opinions of others, the jealousy, envy, misunderstanding, discrimination, whatever they're doing to get in the way, you might get in the way of your own destiny. And that's the reality a lot of us are uncovering in this season. And time. I recall experiencing someone else's karma due to the connection I had with another individual. And everything that came easy to me prior to that connection was difficult. You should be very careful in who you partner up with. I will not shout, but I will repeat. You should be very careful in knowing someone thoroughly enough to get a glimpse of their karma before you commit in a how should I put this? Before you commit with a contract. Such as marriage. Because whoever you partner up with can easily influence how far you go in life. If you are with someone that encourages you, chances are you will develop in a manner where you are experiencing progress. But if you are connected to an individual that says, you could do this and you could do that. You could do this and you could do that. You could do this. And that's where it's at. So, I was put in a situation where I was being guided to go below my potential. Now, without minimizing other people's choices when it comes to work, I was being guided to take jobs that were beneath my potential. Out of respect for my fellow travelers, I will not be listing what jobs that I was being guided to take. However, they were definitely beneath my potential. And that was done strategically to keep me in a stagnant energy. And I thank God I was confirmation for that. I thank God that I was awakened to that. And I thank God that I think for myself. If I believe something, it doesn't matter if an entire class says I can't do it. If I want to do it, it gets done. It's always been that way. Because I know there will be those that discourage you. I know. But I am the type that once I'm focused on something, I'm going to be focused on it until I arrive at it. The only one who could get me off track is God Himself. You see, we're all individuals, which means we're different. So what may work for one person does not have to work for everyone else. All this to say, choose wisely. Especially if you want to live the life that you dreamed of. I want to tell you, there's opportunity to make that a reality. But you have to consider all the factors. Do you have karmic debt? Have you broken any generational curses? Have you offered service? Have you offered contribution in areas that you cannot service? What plan was made available to you in regards of your limitations? By way of the divine confirmation. What we fail to accept, some of us, is that you are born with a story that was already written. And so you can either fulfill the plan or not live up to your potential. I'm going to repeat that. You can either fulfill the plan or not live up to your potential. The plan is your soul's purpose. The plan is what is in alignment with God's will. There are guidelines when it comes to co-creating your life. You succeed when you are in the energy of love. But when it comes to hate, or any low vibrational tendencies. You are at risk for karmic debt and repeating cycles. I've shared the universal laws with you before, and I encourage you to review them. Have them somewhere that you frequent often. Review them daily until they become part of you. And then there's free will. You abide by them or not. But be in the advantage of knowing the small print, so you can make wiser decisions, to achieve success and be great. I believe in those of you that believe in yourself too. It begins with a choice. Now I'm going to read some affirmations that I feel will nourish your soul. Inner peace. I am peace when my heart and mind are on God. Guidance. I quietly tune into the wisdom of God and receive divine direction. Healing. I am grateful for the energy and strength of my healthy body. Prosperity. God's unlimited good flows to me and through me. World peace. As we express the peace of God, our world is transformed. Now, as I was sharing that, I heard your world. So, your world and our world. Your world would be your inner self. Our world is where we connect. So I would like to share some of the spread with you. Now, someone is feeling they are lacking support. And that is due to the fact that they believed that someone toyed with them, that someone played them. Because someone asked them to go and left them. And just slept on the idea of his or her potential. Presently, they are exes, no longer together. But there is a child in the equation. And so they feel as if they're at a crossroad. There is cause for concern. I guess that was the confirmation. There is cause for concern because they both feel the energy of abandonment. This is how they feel presently. And this is after certain truths were revealed. And parties were unmasked. Regarding the strategies that they were using and the notes that they were taking while experimenting what reaction let me rephrase that. While they were placing someone under experimental torture to arrive at their directions, inability to adapt or fall apart. But the ancestors awakened her to that, her or him, that the only connection that was ever shared was due to finance. Love was void. Some of you can achieve clarity if you just go back in your memory. See, many of us shared such experiences. And not too long ago, confirmation. Not too long ago, something was brought to my attention. But I'd like to share the message I just received. Angels are blessing your pathway with spiritual abundance. All of your previous concerns about security, wellness, or having enough are now being overcome. Confirmation. The doors of opportunity are opened. I received that 1,000%. But as I was saying before, not too long ago, I recall a memory that gave me clarity. If you just come home from a honeymoon, and your spouse says, I'm not going to be living with you, that's a clear sign that there was another agenda. The excuse was, I'm not living with you because of my workplace. It's in such and such location. That was never mentioned prior to the marriage. You see? It all makes sense now. So my response was what most logical people would say. That's not what I signed up for. But I can't stop you. And so if you do, just know that's a divorce. You cannot just marry someone and tell them that you're going to be living in an apartment with them, sharing the rent and so forth, and then you just change your mind and say, I'm going to live in a different location. Had there been love there, that would not have been mentioned. You see, those of you that have been under a spell like me, once it was broken and you pray and you ask God to help you to remember, He will help you to remember. So you can bring clarity to yourself. Because if you rely just on some of these readers, there's a lot of things I could say. I'll just say some of them are not safe. Some of them are not giving you the truth. It depends on how they can benefit from what they're sharing with you in order to manipulate you. Or it depends if they want to say what you want to hear so that you'll come back. And this is why I encourage you to gain your spiritual strength. Recall, remember your gifts. Reclaim them. Because a lot of you are gifted and you're not even aware because you've never given it a try. You know? And I am not telling you that you must, because it's your free will. But I'm just awakening you to these options that are available to you, because the more independent you are, the more you'll be confident in your intuition. And that's just the truth. So yeah, if you want to move, we can just divorce, you know. And then I also recall that his mom especially would have these talks with him like he was not a mature man. Like, I know you. Behave yourself. And if he's doing anything, call me. Let me know. He has to do what I tell him to do. It's like, it's making sense. It's making sense that he was not there for love. He was there because he was guided to be there to achieve their efforts in being thieves. Had I not been under a spell, first of all, we would not have been married. And second of all, we would not even be having this share right now. But life happens so we can learn lessons. And as we learn lessons, we need to share with those in our company that are trustworthy to assist them on their journey, right? To make better choices so they don't have to endure what could have been avoided. All this to say, those of you that feel fickle about what direction you want to go in, begin to pray and ask God to help you to remember. Remember the facts. So you can stop romanticizing the past and see things for what they were, so you can make wiser decisions for yourself. There are some of you that are strong emotionally. You do not fear showing your emotions. You do not fear caring for people because it brings satisfaction. You should know who you are in order to know what you deserve. And if you deserve more, what are you waiting for? Freedom is a choice. It's the next card. Freedom. Fearless love, a courageous leap into the unknown. See, when you are with a partner that is not afraid of love, it's a beautiful thing. When both of you have the same intentions for one another and the same vision, the same commitment, the same loyalty, in the energy of reciprocation, you rub my back, I rub yours, that is what it foundationally takes to arrive at what many of you would consider to be a successful partnership. All right? But the issue is secrets. There is a woman that has blonde hair or had blonde hair, as that's what I see in the picture, that has many secrets in relation to fishing, hooking up individuals being deceitful, using demonic energy to bind them together. Such a curious dream. Some of you may experience dreams that are very lucid. As if it really happened. Very adventurous. Very attractive. Confirmation. You know, it's efforts being made to awaken you to your surroundings, and it is confirmation. It is presented in a manner that is exceptional and worthwhile. Those of you that have been pushing away your gifts, I must confess, I have been there before, where I was running away from my gifts. But my experience has been, once I have made peace with my calling and reclaimed my gifts and soul's purpose, remember who I am and the power that I stand in, my life has never been better. So there's no shame in running away from your gifts. Many of us have done it. I personally did it, confirmation, because I felt like it caused me to be more emotional than others, because I would have foresight, like someone is going to pass away, or someone is sick and so I would know ahead of time. And half the time I was advised not to tell them. My father once told me, if you tell people certain dreams, they'll say like you had something to do with the outcome, when it's not true. So a way to protect yourself is just not disclose. But due to my calling, there are certain dreams I must reveal, because I am a messenger. And that is part of the protocol. So, due to the fact that I felt it was stressful knowing that something was going to happen, waiting for it to happen, I actually prayed about it. I said, I don't want to have these dreams anymore. I don't want to know anymore. And I tried to do it on my own, which led me to fall on my face and repeat cycles. Because as I look back, if I didn't run away from my gifts, a lot that I've endured could have been avoided. Because I always had the gift of foresight. So although I'm not enforcing that you do, but review the opportunities that are given to you by way of your gifts. Just review them. You'll decide what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. But just review them. Because many times when we run away from our gifts, we have to learn the hard way that we can't run away from ourselves. There's a need for grounding, returning to reality, and coming home to yourself. Being authentically you. That's a curious dream, because some of you don't know what it is to be you. Now, this card is stating, don't wait for me, please. Now, previously, we were on the topic of being authentic. So if the following card says, don't wait for me, that person is not in the energy of being in their truth. The Hangman. Delaying your life. And then comes change. Now, for this next pile, either someone is short or someone's last name is short, but that word was brought to my attention. You are being given wisdom for your destiny. You are being guided to reconnect to your lineage and learn what has escaped you. I'll just leave it there. Your guides will guide you further. Now, there's a lot of confirmation. There's a lot of gossip going around regarding who is in the energy of wisdom and who is simply fulfilling their destiny. And now it's being revealed to me that the reason why short was brought to my attention is because this gossip is revealing that someone came short. Someone could not fulfill my destiny because they were not born to be me. And this is why that individual came up short. Next card is disciple. All right. Basically, offering service and being guided in a mission that God decreed. Caretaker. So teaching spirituality is not just reading textbooks and reciting what you've learned. It is caring for others, relating to others, being able to be empathetic to others, and being able to be open and truthful and transparent with others. Being able to encourage others, be affectionate towards others, share words of affirmation, and so forth. And that makes you aligned. That brings you in alignment with caretaking. Spiritual growth. That spiritual growth led to recovery. Now, there is evidence out there that some of you were put in an experiment, and it was due to a study that they were doing on you without your knowledge, without compensation, without compassion. Now, due to the turn of events, grief of unresolved issues overwhelming, trauma from your past coming back, being terrorized by nightmares, anxieties, and stress. When it comes to grief of unresolved issues and overwhelming, is because many of them did not succeed at fulfilling their vow in regards to sacrifice. When it comes to trauma from your past coming back, some of you have discarded the past and do not desire any type of reconnection whatsoever, because you're in a good place right now. And because you experienced trauma from the past. And so there's a resistance from the past coming back. A lot of you are favored in the manner that your free will is being supported by God, your angels, and your ancestors enforcing your decisions. If I want to connect, I do. If I don't, I won't. Because turn of events will occur when attempts are made to not respect my boundaries. I'm hearing supernatural. So everybody has free will. And everybody has to learn their lessons. And as I was saying lessons, I said listen. So probably some of you should listen when it comes to respecting people's boundaries. There were those that were pretending to be in your energy by imitating you. Your grammar, your logic, your rhetoric, to make them appear as if they were a soldier in the Lord's army. But due to Dharma unfolding, you remember your path and you just go with the flow and take one step at a time and increasing happiness in your lives. And this is confirming it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. The issue is not love. The issue is the right people to love. We need to learn to love those that love us. Many times we are neglecting the signs of discontentment, and we should be awakened to it in time to avoid marital contracts that can be the death of you. You know? Really get to know your person. My recommendation would be ask God for that person. You know, because once you ask God for that person, you already know it's a go. Because God is not going to have someone that is low vibrational to embark in your life if that is not your energy. right? Some people are wondering what's next, what's going to happen next. Because they know that there's a precipice of change. And they're just pausing for action. They're in the energy of retaliation. A Scorpio is heavily in that energy and is conjuring up dark magic to achieve what she feels may be of assistance to her win or illusion of win. You're so easy to see through. There's a group experiencing work frustrations, opening their eyes to see that hard work is needed. They can no longer rely on other individuals' efforts and attempt to minimize their presence in order to lift up their pretense. When you are spiritually inclined enough, you will recognize when there are efforts being made to energy harvest off of you. And there are many words you can implore, including access denied, no thieves allowed in my energy, all known and unknown enemies are blocked from my energy. Now you enforce it. I just communicated that with you using the element of air. But then there's water. There's fire, there's earth. God is a creative himself. And that's why his children are creators. And so, enforce your intentions. It's time to recognize that you are on either team, whether high vibrational or low vibrational. And those of you that are with the light, you need to see your light. Because if you don't see your light, how then will you be a lighthouse? Some of you are called to be a lighthouse, including myself. Know who you are. If you don't know who you are, ask God to reveal. Help me to remember who I am. What am I neglecting? What am I not seeing? What am I not understanding? You know, prayer is talking. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's just communication with the one that created you. All to make efforts to heal chaos. Okay? So, I'll quickly go over some things here. It's harvest season because someone planted their seeds. Unrequited love. So if you showed no love, that was the seed that you planted, no love. So you harvest no love. And some people are utilizing crystals to attract love in their lives. They recognize that some people are balanced. An evil priest is spying on an individual that is balanced because he wants to find an opportunity to come at her when she's not paying attention with his efforts of dark magic. Because some of you have little attention and your mind is often preoccupied. So again, learn to be present. Learn to be alert of your environment. Please write. Write in your journals. And if you're not comfortable with that because someone may pick it up, then write it and rip it apart, throw it away. But just release it. It is an exercise for venting and it brings inner awareness to you. There are those of you that are experiencing your dreams coming true. Have faith. A time will come that you'll be smiling through. Okay? Know that you are in your power. Some of you can be in the Leo, wherever it is in your chart, sun, moon, or ascending. And that is why your presence is that of a Leo. Strong, confident, winner, lover, loyal, and so forth. Part of your goal on this journey is to strive to be in your North Node and to develop yourself in a manner where you could be aligned with your ascended sign. For those of you who didn't know. Funny enough, the card says, what is the truth? Some of you are in need of clarification. There's a lot of information out there. You just have to connect with the right people, those that are in a loving energy, that are ethical, that are there for you. You understand? So, I would like to invite those of you who haven't subscribe to my YouTube channel, to do so. And the channel is Grace on a Journey, double, and wow, I said double, wow. Grace on a Journey, W, Angelic Healing Express. Interesting. Double. What does that mean in this context? So I should repeat it. Visit my YouTube channel, Grace on a Journey, W, Angelic Healing Express. Now, raise the vibration and spread the pioneering movement with open-minded loved ones. Together, we will expand our territory to progress, not perfection. One choice at a time. For service inquiries or kind words, contact graceonajourney at gmail. I am a soul. I am not this face, these features. I am not made up of matter. This body is not me, but my instrument. I am a spiritual being. I have the form of light. This form thinks, feels, and decides. I concentrate on this one thought. I am peaceful, loving, happy. I experience deep, powerful peace. I am in total peace. Live by grace.